Welcome back to NT Coins World, your ultimate destination for coin enthusiasts, collectors, and anyone fascinated by the history of coins. In today's video, we're diving deep into two incredible coins from the mid-1960s, the 1965 Washington quarter-dollar coin and the 1966 Washington quarter-dollar coin. We'll explore their history, unique features, mintage details, market value, and what makes them such sought-out pieces for collectors. So, let's get started. 1965 Washington quarter-dollar coin. Historical context. The Washington quarter-dollar coin was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birth anniversary of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed to replace the standing Liberty quarter, the Washington quarter became a key part of American currency and has remained a mainstay in circulation ever since. By the time we reached 1965, a significant change was taking place in the United States minting process. The country was facing a severe coinage crisis caused by rising silver prices. Prior to 1965, quarters contained 90% silver and 10% copper. But due to the increasing cost of silver, the US Mint made the decision to eliminate silver from most circulating coins. Thus, the 1965 Washington quarter marked the very first year that the quarter transitioned from being silver-based to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This transition was necessary to prevent hoarding and silver shortages. Coins with silver were being melted down for their intrinsic metal value, which led to fewer coins being available for circulation. The 1965 Washington quarter was minted during a unique time in history, when all coins bore no mint marks, as part of a strategy to discourage collectors from stockpiling coins. Design features. The 1965 Washington quarter-dollar coin retains the classic design created by sculptor John Flanagan. 1. Obverse front. Features a left-facing portrait of George Washington. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty in bold lettering. The national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed to the left of his profile. Caveat. Below his portrait, the year 1965 is prominently displayed. 2. Reverse back. The reverse design showcases a majestic, bold eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows. The arrows symbolize military readiness, while the surrounding olive branches signify peace. Above the eagle is the phrase United States of America, curved along the top edge. Below it, the Latin phrase E pluribus unum is engraved, which translates to out of many, one. At the bottom, the coin's denomination quarter-dollar is clearly inscribed. 3. Specifications. Diameter 24.3 meters. Weight 5.67 grams. Composition 75% copper and 25% nickel outer layers bonded to a pure copper core. Edge. Read it. Mintage and production. The 1965 Washington quarter was produced in significant numbers to address the coinage shortage at the time. Unlike previous years, no mint marks were used on these quarters, meaning they were produced at various facilities but remain indistinguishable from one another. While the exact mintage figures for individual mint facilities are unavailable due to the lack of mint marks, the total production of 1965 quarters was over 1.8 billion coins. This massive mintage ensures that the coin remains relatively common in circulation, even decades later. During this period, the US Mint prioritized producing more quarters to meet public demand, which led to a focus on quantity over quality. As a result, many 1965 quarters show signs of rushed production, such as weak strikes and surface imperfections. Market value and collector interest. Despite its large mintage, the 1965 Washington quarter remains of significant interest to coin collectors for a few reasons. 1. Historical significance. This was the first non-silver quarter ever minted, marking a key transition in US coinage history. 2. Affordability. Because of its widespread availability, collectors can easily obtain this coin, making it a popular starting point for beginners. 3. Errors and varieties. Some error coins from 1965 command premium prices, which we'll discuss in detail shortly. In terms of market value, a standard 1965 Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally worth its face value 25 cents due to its high mintage and lack of silver content. However, the value increases significantly for coins in mint state MS-60. A coin graded MS-65 or higher can be worth anywhere between $8 to $20. Depending on the sharpness of its strike and its overall appearance. Coins in superb gem condition can fetch even $50. Errors and rare varieties. The 1965 Washington quarter is particularly notable for certain errors and varieties that can dramatically increase its value among collectors. Here are a few key examples. 1. 1965 quarter on silver planchet. 1 on 1965. During the transition from silver to copper-nickel clad composition, a small number of 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets left over from 1964 production. These error coins are highly sought after and can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. To identify this error, weigh the coin. A silver quarter weighs 6.25 grams, while a clad quarter weighs only 5.67 grams. 2. Double die errors. Some 1965 quarters exhibit doubling on the obverse or reverse lettering and design elements. These are referred to as double die errors and are collectible due to their rarity. 3. Struck on wrong planches. There have been instances where 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on dime planchets, resulting in smaller and thinner coins. These rare errors are highly valuable. 4. Off-center strikes. Footnote: quarters that were struck off-center during the minting process can also carry significant value, depending on how much of the design is misaligned. 5. Missing clad layer. Some 1965 quarters have a missing clad layer on one side, exposing the copper core. These coins display a distinct brownish color and are highly desirable among collectors. Collector tips. If you're looking to add a 1965 Washington quarter to your collection, here are a few tips to keep in mind. 1. Condition matters. Focus on finding coins in uncirculated or mint state condition, as these are the most valuable. 2. Check for errors. Always weigh your 1965 quarters and examine them closely for any errors, such as double dies or plancher mistakes. 3. Use a magnifying glass. Number 2. A magnifying glass can help spot tiny details like doubled lettering or design anomalies. For authentication. If you suspect you found a rare error coin, consider getting it authenticated and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. And that wraps up today's deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1965 Washington quarter dollar coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin collecting journey, this coin holds a unique place in US history and offers an affordable way to own a piece of the past. From its transition away from silver to its fascinating errors and varieties, the 1965 quarter continues to captivate collectors worldwide. 1966 Washington quarter dollar coin. 1. Historical context of the 1966 Washington quarter. To understand the 1966 Washington quarter, we need to look at the broader picture of American coinage history. The Washington quarter itself was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Designed during the Great Depression, this coin marked a significant shift in American coinage, replacing the standing Liberty quarter, which had been in circulation since 1916. The Washington quarter quickly became a cornerstone of U.S. currency due to its strong symbolism, honoring Washington's role as a founding figure. The quarter was initially minted with 90% silver and 10% copper, but that composition changed after 1964 due to a rising demand for silver, which made the coin too costly to produce. This brings us to the year 1966, an important transitional period in U.S. coinage history. Following the Coinage Act of 1965, the United States Mint completely removed silver from the quarter dollar and replaced it with a copper-nickel clad composition. This change helped combat silver hoarding and coin shortages, which had become widespread during the early 1960s. The 1966 Washington quarter was struck during this transition period, a time when the US Mint also experimented with coin designs, metals, and production processes to meet demand. Although the 1966 quarter doesn't contain silver, it remains a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. 2. Design features of the 1966 Washington quarter. The design of the 1966 Washington quarter remains consistent with earlier quarters minted since 1932. However, the materials and production methods differed, marking a significant era in modern coinage. Let's break down the design. Adverse Tron. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The portrait showcases Washington in a dignified and classic style, reflecting his revered role in American history. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty. Below the portrait, the year 1966 is inscribed, 43 years ago. To the left of Washington's neck, the phrase, "In God We Trust," is prominently featured. This design was chosen as part of a national competition in 1932 and has remained largely unchanged through the decades, symbolizing the timeless legacy of Washington. Reverse by. The reverse of the coin features a powerful heraldic eagle, which is also the work of John Flanagan. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, representing strength and readiness for defense. Below the arrows is an olive branch, symbolizing peace. The inscriptions include United States of America at the top and E pluribus unum just below it, translating to out of many, one. At the bottom you'll find the coin's denomination, quarter dollar. This classic reverse design remained in use until 1998, when the state quarters program began. 3. Mintage of the 1966 Washington quarter. The mintage of the 1966 Washington quarter was quite high, reflecting the US Mint's efforts to alleviate the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. Here are the key details. At 9 p.m., the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, but interestingly, quarters minted in 1965, 1966, and 1967 do not carry mint marks. This decision was made to discourage coin hoarding during the transition away from silver and to ensure that coins could circulate freely. The total mintage of the 1966 quarter is estimated to be 821101500 coins, a staggering number that underscores the Mint's focus on mass production. Because of this high mintage, 1966 quarters are generally considered common. However, finding one in mint state condition or with rare errors can make it significantly more valuable to collectors. 4. Market value of the 1966 Washington quarter. The market value of the 1966 Washington quarter depends largely on its condition and any unique features or errors. Let's break it down. Circulated condition. In circulated condition, the 1966 quarter has little numismatic value beyond its face value of 25 cents. Since these coins were heavily produced and used in commerce, finding one in worn condition is very common. Uncirculated mint state. If you can find a 1966 Washington quarter in mint state condition, its value increases. Here's an approximate value breakdown. MS-60, around $3 to $5. MS-65 gem, uncirculated, around $10 to $25. MS-67 and above, these quarters are extremely rare and can fetch $500 or more at auction. Proof-like or special mint sets. Although there were no traditional proof coins minted in 1966, the Mint did produce special mint sets, SMS, for collectors. Coins from these sets often have a proof-like appearance and a high-quality finish. An SMS 1966 Washington quarter in pristine condition can be worth $10 to $50, depending on its quality. 5. Rare errors in the 1966 Washington quarter. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is hunting for errors, and the 1966 Washington quarter has its fair share of interesting varieties. Here are a few notable errors to watch for. Double die, obverse DOO. Double die obverse occurs when the coin's obverse die is struck more than once during the production process, causing doubling of the design elements. On a 1966 quarter, you may notice doubling in areas like Liberty or In God We Trust. These errors can sell for anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on the extent of the doubling and the coin's condition. Clipped planchet error. This error occurs when a portion of the coin's planchet is clipped during the cutting process. Clipped planchet errors are popular among collectors and can add a premium of $50 to $200 to the coin's value. Off-center strikes. Coins that are struck off-center exhibit a misalignment of the design elements. A significant off-center error, 10% to 50% off-center, can make a 1966 quarter worth $100 to $300, especially if the date is still visible. Cracks and cuds. Die cracks occur when the coin die develops cracks, leaving raised lines or marks on the coin. A cud is a larger die break that affects the coin's rim and design. These errors can add anywhere from $25 to $150 to the coin's value. 6. Collector. Interest and final thoughts. The 1966 Washington quarter holds a special place in numismatic history as part of the transition from silver to clad coinage. While it may not contain silver, its historical significance, design continuity, and potential for unique errors make it an appealing addition to any collection. Collectors often look for 1. Mint state examples, coins in high grades MS65 or above. 2. Special mint set coins. These have a proof-like finish and are visually stunning. 3. Error coins. Rare varieties like doubled dies or off-center strikes. Scientists, even though millions of these coins were minted, finding high-quality or error examples can still be a rewarding challenge for collectors. That's all for today's deep dive into the 1966 Washington quarter dollar coin. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating piece of numismatic history, both the 1965 and 1966 Washington quarter dollar coins hold an essential place in the history of U.S. coinage. From their transition away from silver to their high mintage numbers and fascinating errors, these coins offer a wealth of opportunities for collectors. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned numismatist, these quarters are a great addition to any collection. Thanks for watching NT Coins World. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of coins. Let us know in the comments which coins you'd like us to feature next. Until next time, happy collecting.